Denver and New Orleans. Drew Brees leads the NFL in passing yards per game, but will we see more from Mark Ingram and Tim Hightower this week as they welcome in the Denver Broncos, whose shaky run defense, Greg, is allowing 128 rushing yards per game?
Wow. That's why it's not just last week against the Raiders problem. It started before that. I think they've given up 160 on average the last three. Derek Wolf's going to miss this game. Aqib Talib is expected to be out again. And you said it, the Saints are the last team you want to play if you can't get off the field on defense because they are getting really good at those long, slow drives. They have the best numbers in short yardage of any team in the league. That's Hightower, that's Ingram, but it's also a lot of 2-yard passes that you can't stop to Michael Thomas or Willie Snead or any number of guys. Your old boy Josh Hill making some plays.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Josh Hill my boy, but I'm happy to see his progress. We did a hit for NFL Network, and we all picked the same team to win this game. And who would have thought 5-6 weeks ago that we all would have picked the New Orleans Saints to knock off the Super Bowl champs?
I need to petition Greg to move Drew Brees into his top tier on the QB index. He's been as good as any quarterback this year, and he seems to get better. Every week you look up and he's 37 of 48. He has almost the same line every week for 350 yards, spreads the ball
I have
around.
him as the number 3
he belongs
QB
in the top tier.
I have him I'm just defending myself. I do have him number 3.
Listen, they haven't allowed a 300-yard passer all year, the Broncos. So if it happens this week, he might need to go even a little bit higher.
It's a test for Trevor Siemian. It sounds weird facing the Saints that anything's a test, but he's got to show and they have to show that they can get into a shootout because if you can't roll up 30 points on the Saints, it's never gonna happen.
And the problem is with Denver, what you love is to have your defense and an offense that could run the ball and keep Drew Brees off the field. We're not seeing an offense that can stay on the field at all because they can't run the ball post C.J. Anderson, and they've got a huge issue when all the pressure is being put on what is a third-tier, fourth-tier type game manager quarterback.
Right, who has a bad offensive line. I think Gary Kubiak, he must be really disappointed because he's putting so much on Simeon. He's asking him to go deep. They're a pass-first offense every week, but I think it's because he knows they don't have a running game, and they don't really have a line either.
Yeah,
Nope.
Trevor's just been so inconsistent, and it just seems like they struggle so much to pick up a first down on every single possession.
It reminds me of the Rams to some degree.